Sorry.
Hey, everybody, we're back.
We're back.
Back. We made it back. Okay, we said we were coming back. Now we're back. Okay. As we start to rebuild the one whole earth in the feeling that we know, okay, really, we're not too far away. We've only still within the first 100 days of this goofballs, reign of terror. And what I want to do is I want to bring this idea. Now, my name is Alanson Charles. I'm the author of Play WholEarth Game, and I love the country that we live in called United States of America. And I want to suggest strongly that everybody listen up, and we want you to come back to work. For everyone who got laid off and summarily fired, just stay ready, because we want you to come back to work as soon as possible. And we want to offer a 20% bonus as a gift from the Congress to the people who had to go through this incredible thing. So make sure that you vote for a Democrat. Make sure you vote blue. The Reds are not going to do it for us. We have to get together. We have to take back power in this next midterm. If we can get power in the midterm, I promise we're going to press this issue to get everybody back to work before the end of the year with a 20% bonus and a commitment to a pay increase, a cost of living, something or whatever. Let's start from scratch. We're going to start building back. We all need 5 things: a place to sleep. Let's get one for everyone. Some cool water. Clean water is the right of everyone. Get busy. Any money to get to the clean water in your town. Remember the time when you had drinking fountains everywhere? That's coming back. Best food. We should have food for anyone who's hungry. If you're hungry, come. There's plenty to eat. That will give you the energy you need to heal your body, to make you back as a productive person, that you can find your way through this and not have a prison experience on planet Earth. We want to have a happy, joyous, and free experience on planet Earth. And that's what we know it's possible. It's just right there. And it's coming. So let's be ready for that. Let's play that opening cartoon.
Okay. All right. The opening. Hold on. I'm getting it. Here we go.
One of the very, very few people getting this message. We want to prove to the whole world that the impossible dream can happen.
You're it, and I'm it, and you're it. Renee, you're it. So what's going to happen is we're going to take that afterward, and we're going to cut that little bit out. And then we can use that front part and that second part, and we'll cut it right into the opening, and we have about 3 minutes. See that? 3 minutes and 33 seconds. Good stuff, right? Are you with me, Renee?
I'm right there. Yep, I'm here.
I got Renee, and she's giving me to make it possible to talk with you about this. The good news. This is good news.
The good news on Easter Sunday.
Got to be one of the most amazing things happening. Did you see the outpour of humanity on the streets of this country? Holy shemokely, there was mass protests. This is something you've never seen. Now, what are these people? Well, they know something's wrong. Now, do you think they'll take this to the ballot? Okay. Now, are they going to get challenged? Yes. I mean, we're going to have to vote twice as much to get just a simple majority, because they're going to be the gerrymandering and all the corruption in the politics and the voting is obvious as the nose on my face. Big nose, obvious. I got one. So is the stinky stuff going on with these goofballs. Elon Musk has destroyed every, see, this is the thing. All these people who were doing their jobs just before they got fired, stay by the phone. We want you back. This is not going to last. We're going to get back to work as soon as possible. We want you to come back. We have to reorganize all of these things. So if you're one of those people too that like always had a better idea, like you want to go ahead and like, man, we're going to work, but you could do a better job, because that's what we do. Anybody who is getting paid this kind of money to go and do that kind of a thankless job must love what they're doing. I'm just going to go on the point of love. We love you, and you loved what you were doing. And we want to come back and continue to love what you're doing and help other people find a way to love what you were doing too. I don't know if it's possible, but everyone who just got fired, don't go away. We're still here, right? And thank you for going out on the streets. Those are the people who are going out on the streets, the ones who are affected by the people who are getting laid off, and they can't go get that coffee. They can't go get that thing. They have no idea what's going on. Those are the people. Oh my goodness. He just put oh my God, he jabbed a hornet's nest. And we are here to sting him. But now we've got to make sure that, see, who am I to tell you that we got to be ready for the future? L. Hunter Lovins has a way. Natural capitalism has a way. Rocky Mountain Institute has a way. Okay. Amy Goodman has a way. If you follow the news on Amy Goodman, I don't know. She's telling us what's going on out there. You got to make your own decision. We can do better. Okay. KPFK. All those people who are listening to KPFK, come on over here. We can do better. We can do better. We have a better way of thinking. We cannot solve the problem with the mindset that caused the problem. You know that to be true, right? There's only one way. It's called love and forgiveness. First, I forgive myself for not being all I can be, but keep trying to be better. Then I forgive you for not being all you can be, and then know that you're trying to get better. So let's find a way. So we need a place to sleep. We need house. We need food, water, food. It just keeps going on like this. This is my beep, 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 beep woodpecker thing. Stay with us. Don't get lost. Remember to breathe. If you're not in any kind of stress or peril, just be grateful. If you are in some stress and peril and you're still alive, find a way to be grateful. Come play WholEarth game. Join us. Subscribe, like, and share. And we have a better way. It's called Play WholEarth Game. And it's all played on Spaceship One Whole Earth. See, there's plenty. It all makes sense too. Look at the migration patterns over here. Like, this is great. Okay. Poles are shifting. It's all going to switch over. Boom. And then we have the planet to ourselves. Bring it with you. Bring the idea with you. The idea of plenty. Plenty. We have more water, food, energy. We won't need it, but it'll be in our dream. Renee, what am I missing today? What else happened? Oh my goodness. I know so many things.
We have President Putin offered a ceasefire for Easter for 30 hours, and then he didn't adhere to it. Surprise, surprise. So, and Marco Rubio and Donald Trump said they're almost done trying to stop the war, because I guess they thought it would have been way easier. So they didn't really put a lot of effort in, but they felt that it would have, Donald Trump said he would stop the war in like 24 hours. And so it's been longer than 24 hours. And so now he's, I guess, disappointed. So that's what's going on, is the Easter truce that should have been, but wasn't.
Well, it's a good thing to know that he doesn't really have control over that. That's in the hands of the Congress, because we allocate money to go help and, go ahead and help those folks. And, we're here to back basically Trump is saying that if we do this, Putin can have Ukraine. That's all there is to it. So we're not going to go that way. That's not the right thing.
Yeah, exactly.
The other way, we need to fight against that. But maybe it is time to just put the weapons down and, call yourself a Russian and say, I don't know how that is. Maybe it's time to just surrender and stop fighting. So it has to start someplace.
Yeah, something's got to change.
What about
Whatever
that?
it's going to be, there needs to be something has to change on one of the fronts, right?
I mean, the
Um,
most amazing people in the world, the most beautiful, physically beautiful, and intelligent people in the world are caught up in a completely ridiculous act of violence.
yeah, absolutely.
It's hard to believe that we put up with that.
Yeah. And then the other thing, of course,
Well,
is
we can obliterate Gaza too. Why not? I mean, this goofball. I mean, I think we have to get Trump out of literally out of the seat.
he's only been there this time for a few months, and it feels like a few decades,
It
doesn't it?
hasn't been. It hasn't. There you go.
Okay,
And
you're
again,
back. You're back. You're back. Yep, continue.
somebody's listening. Fucking with us. But whatever. So Abrego Garcia, innocent lamb again. It's just we're watching it in real time. We can see what is going on in real time. All these people who are being sacrificed in the name of something else that is not required. What else is happening? What else happened?
We have the trade war, of course, and Chinese TikTokers are often going online to like make fun of Americans and say that they're not hurting and that this isn't hurting them, it's just hurting America.
Well,
So,
there's a Chinese guy that is doing it, man, and he is a Trump impersonator, and he is so
oh, I love that guy. I know who you're talking about. Yes, I've seen him. Yes, so good. He's hilarious. Yes.
hilarious. So I want, and it's exactly, he should come out and be the interpreter because he can speak both. That's what we need, is somebody who can break the barrier, because the regular folks. Chinese people are just regular people, man. They're just trying to get along just one day at a time, like you and me. I mean, no one's
Right.
out there looking for like, let's go have a war. Let's go kill some people, right? Like China has got it together. China is really moving in the way. They move along the Dow. Their DNA beyond, below, underneath communism is the Tao Te Ching.
Right.
So,
Mhm.
and this is, these people remember their history like it was yesterday.
Exactly. Yeah, the East is very into history. I know the West is kind of like future oriented, but the West
Well,
can be
it's
very
not that difficult either when you deal with it. So, I mean, this whole idea of fiat currency, we're moving into it. I sent you this morning. I don't know if you spent time. I know you couldn't.
yeah, the Nicera.
So Nasera Gasera is a global reset. Okay, this is in the hands of China now, and looks like it might actually come around. So they have as much gold above ground as we do in reserves too. They can switch over just as easily. Okay, we lost our grip on it, but that's because a goofball gave it away. Which means that's exactly what we need to do. Remember, remind that we're going to be put to square because we, the people, decided that we didn't want to be with a tyrant. This is what has to happen. It has to come this way. This is the Christ within us rises up to really. That's the fight. Everybody's heart has to be in on it, right? But that's part of what's going on in terms of the light coming to us. We're all rising to this level. If any country is going to be able to pull this off, it's going to be America, don't you think? But now maybe I'm helpful. I want to be helpful. I want to be the one that says this is how you do it. I'm just a regular person, right? I don't know anything. Like, who am I to tell you what to do? Who cares? Same message has to come through. We are all going one way, the way of the Tao, the way of harmony, the way of peace on earth. There's plenty for everyone. If Chinese people ran the whole thing, we would, it would be in order. Absolutely. Do you remember? Okay, this is the history part of it. When the Mongols were invading the planet, they did such a great job of killing people that they actually reduced or changed the carbon footprint noticeably in the history. And we know this by carbon dating, that at the time of the Mongols, carbon was increasing and decreasing in the atmosphere. Did you know that?
I did not know that. No.
But here's what happened. Once they figured out how smart the Chinese people were, they didn't mess with the Chinese people. They would cut the head off. Anybody who went against the Mongols would be absolutely, they wish they hadn't. But when they went with it, they would keep a Chinese person in charge of all the books and all the organization. It's like my mom needed a certain type of person to organize the kitchen and have it in such a way. She needed somebody she could trust to organize things that the way she felt was required. We are going to do so much better with a feminine attribute running the show. Maybe if we're lucky, if we're good, Kamala Harris will come back into the picture and straighten things out. She could do that. Kamala Harris has the intellect to actually redesign and see, this is what's going on with Gavin Newsom. Now, have you noticed what's going on with Gavin Newsom? Anybody talking about Gavin Newsom over there in New York?
Oh yeah, I was just talking about him earlier today. I was saying it looks to me like they're, going to run him for president, right?
Yeah, well, definitely for sure. But here's what's going on. California has the 5th largest economy. What if California joined the EU?
That would be amazing. I would definitely love that. Maybe New York
California
could
and New York.
join.
We're just like
New
secede
York could
from the nation
join.
and go with another trade union because these people
Yeah.
are serious and these obvious people are not. So if everybody just steps away and we just go from a one, now we've got the one world trade union. Here's where it gets ugly and weird, and you got to know your shit. Otherwise, they're going to fuck with us again. TPP was horrible. TPP is the reason we're so angry is because all the jobs went to Mexico where they could pay. Listen to Ross Perot. The sucking sound that he predicted absolutely happened right in front of us. Another slow, long con. All the jobs moving to places where there was no regulation, there was no insurance. Mexican people suffered for the benefit of us having a cheap car and a cheap refrigerator and all that other shit. You know that to be true. We just didn't want to see it. They were coming here for good wages, and we were needing that labor because we knew they would do anything for a good wage. And they would pick that food for a good wage. And they would, not anymore. It's gone. Oh, man, that's going to be that. This time next year, you better have your garden figured out. You better have your garden figured out. You better pull back. Okay, this is what we're talking. This is what scares me. Okay, and I'm just a regular guy. Remember, I'm no special person. I just have this thing I got to tell you about. Get your garden in order. You got to get a little vegetable garden over to the side. Just a couple things you need. What do you need? Some lettuce. A few tomatoes, an egg, and you got an omelet right there. Okay. Greens, the things our parents and our grandparents used to cook, used to grow all the time in the garden. We've forgotten all about because we go to, whatever, big box store and have it shipped in from God knows where, for how much money and gas money, but you can do it in bulk. So I mean, it's crazy. The whole thing was fucked. Anyway, it was not real. Trade, the TPP and all that. How do I know this? Listening to KPFK. They talked about the problems of TPP and why it's never going to work, stuff like that. All right. So KPFK, Democracy Now, it's all you need to keep current with what's really happening in the world. And if you put together like that, okay, how do we deal with this stuff? It's too effing big, right? Except when you see it on the Demaxian map, it all becomes a little bit more manageable. This is just a small amount of things. We just have this much land. Look at the green. This is where we can grow things. This is where it's possible to happen. Okay, water, food, energy, and jobs. That's our job, is to get this ship working for every living thing. If we can do that, you know what? The people from the Galactic Federation are going to uncloak like by the gazillions. They're just waiting for us to kick over to this idea that there's plenty on Earth. And once we do that, they go, oh, you guys figured it out. Welcome to the gang. War and scarcity is so last. Christ got here early, that guy, but that's not, again, Christ is not a dude. Christ comes from within. A guy named Jesus found that he had something within. I was there on the sermon. I can channel Christ just like you can channel Christ. On the Sermon on the Mount, there was plenty. We made it work. Just by imagination, just thinking, that's real bliss. That's what it's like. Plenty. Remember, plenty. Went down to the money changers. There's no reason to have money involved with all this kind of thing. What the hell are we doing putting money involved with religion and stuff and taking money, usury fees? This lending thing is against the law of God. Any type of usury, any type of debt, any causing it, the prayer is not trespasses. The prayer is debts. Forgive our debtors as we forgive those who debted against us. Forgive your debtors as they forgive us. Forgive debts. No such thing as a debt. There's no debt. God, putting a debt on somebody, that is a weird concept. And taking a debt is license to be in jail. Basically that's what's going on. They want you to self-incarcerate into a mortgage. It's crazy. The planet that gives everybody free to everybody for free. We have figured out to monetize every aspect that comes our way for free. What is wrong with us people? Red pill, blue pill. You've already been on the red pill.
If you're one of the very, very few people getting this message,